Hey guys, welcome back to BMW Blog and welcome to the new M5 sedan and touring. I am joined today once again by Daniela Schmid. We spent some time together at Goodwood Festival of Speed and we did a hill climb with this car for the first time, which was pretty awesome. But today we're in Munich, test driving the car once again, and we wanted to focus in this video on the new driving modes in the BMW M5 sedan and touring because there are quite a few, and Daniela will explain those to us in detail. So Daniela.
We have got this new button, the M Hybrid button, where you can go and select between the different driving modes for the new M5. So the hybrid mode is actually the one that is our startup mode, and it will switch between electric and hybrid drive according to the demand that you're giving from the throttle. If you prefer to always take off electronically, you can also choose electric, which is a pure electric driving mode. The only way that the combustion kicks in here is if you go to manual shifting or really do a kick down, for example, then it will switch over to a hybrid, but otherwise it stays electric as long as you are in this mode. Then the third mode that is standard on the M5 is the eControl mode. This is a mode that is preconditioning the drivetrain, so changing the cooling strategy for the engine, for the battery, and also changing the state of charge of the battery. So it's increasing the state of charge for the battery, but only as long as you stay in comfort mode on the drive logic and also on the drivetrain, because you can prepare the drivetrain the best when you go just smoothly and easily. So don't demand too much from the drivetrain, so that it will get very soon to the 100%, which means you are perfectly prepared for more demand of the power output.
So let me ask you this. So if you want to go to the track with the car, would you go first in the eControl mode to get ready the car?
Yeah, so when you drive the car to the racetrack, I would recommend for the last miles to switch to eControl mode in order to get the right temperature for the whole drivetrain, but also in case you are not too good anymore with the state of charge from battery, it will also increase the state of charge. So this would be perfect. And then when you have got the mDrive Professional, you will have this additional two modes, which is the Dynamic and Dynamic Plus. So, and when you have preconditioned the car with eControl to 100%, then you can, for example, go to Dynamic. Dynamic is the focus on a balanced drive power output for a longer distance, which means, for example, you go on a track day, but also if you have some really nice mountain or country roads ahead of you and you just want to have the stable power output of the car, you go for the Dynamic mode. If you opt for just one sprint up the hill or maybe a quick lap on the racetrack, you go for Dynamic Plus. This means this is the maximum power output you can get, and it will give you everything until drivetrain is getting too hot or something like that. So it's more like a qualifying modus for this one.
Understood. And of course, you can further customize the driving experience through the setup button, right? So maybe we take a look at that as well. So if you
correct. So besides the hybrid modes, you still have all the different setup modes like the drivetrain between Comfort, Sport, and Sport Plus. You can adjust the energy recovery, min, mid, max. So min would be like really sailing mode, so you don't really feel that the slowdown for recovery of the battery. Mid, you will feel a bit when you lift the throttle, and max is really like you feel quite a lot, and in daily
like
driving,
a one pedal feel type of thing.
Yeah, not exactly a one pedal,
yeah.
not as much, but still you feel it. And for daily driving, this is actually a very good opportunity to slow down the car without even using the brakes and using the slowing down energy for recovering the energy of the
What's
battery.
the recovery capacity that's available in the car?
So the recuperation is up to 60 kilowatts, which is quite impressive. Not only with the recovery mode here, but also by using the brakes. So in case you also go again on a country road or going down a hill and you're slowing down the car, also in the brakes, it's up to 60 kilowatts, which is quite a lot compared to the plug-in with the 11 kilowatts.
Got it.
And then drive logic, that would be for the gearbox. So it changes the gear strategy, so how long you stay in one gear and how high you rev each gear, and also the speed on how fast the gears are changed.
Gotcha.
The chassis is Comfort, Sports, and Sport Plus. So Comfort, obviously very good for the daily driving. Sport is more like for a racetrack like Nürburgring Nordschleife, where you have ups and downs, so a lot of pumps. And Sport Plus would be like more like a flat racetrack like Hockenheimring. On the steering, it's comfort and sport. That's the option there. With sport, it feels a bit stiffer, the steering, and even more direct than in comfort. And also the same is true for the brakes. So you can adjust the brake pedal feeling. So it's not changing the brake performance, but it's just a pedal feeling if it's more tough
just
or
the pressure
more
on the pedal, basically.
Correct. And then the iDrive is also there. So as in the previous generation of the M5, you can switch between four-wheel drive sport with more power going to the rear wheels, and pure rear-wheel drive when the DSC is switched off completely.
So question, if you go to the two-wheel drive mode, that will turn off DSC, but will you get all the power possible to the rear wheels or not?
Yes.
So 717 horsepower, you will go to the rear.
Yes, but then you obviously have to be careful with the throttle input.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking right now, because that's a lot of power just going to two wheels, basically. And four-wheel drive sport does not deactivate the DSC, basically, right?
It's M dynamic mode is necessary, so it's a bit reduced of a stability control that's necessary in order to switch to four-wheel drive sport.
Gotcha. And right now, if you do four-wheel drive, it's like 50-50 power distribution?
No, you cannot really say that. So it depends on the speed you're going. It also depends, obviously, on how much traction you have. And the iDrive is just very flexible. So it puts the power on those wheels who have the most grip. And if you're going at a higher speed on the Autobahn, for example, then it's also using only the rear wheels. So it's only adding the front wheels if needed for traction.
Got it. Okay, perfect. And of course, you can turn off the
M sound.
Active sound.
Correct. So if the M sound is on, we have got a really nice and smooth sound in the interior, also changing the exterior sound a bit, and it's always a combination with the drive logic and the drivetrain. So you will change the M sound according to the settings there. And if you want to have just a very natural sound, you go to off. Electric drive will be completely silent, and when the V8 kicks in, you have the natural V8 sound.
Got it. Okay. Any other settings specific to the M5 or any other differences compared to the XM maybe?
Yeah, I mean, compared to the XM, obviously the M5 as a sports sedan has a different characteristic. So obviously you can feel that also in every setting we're doing on all the parts I just explained. So the driving feeling is different because also the target usage of the car is a different one.
Gotcha. And maybe the last thing to explain, the boost mode.
Yeah, the boost control. So this is on the left pedal. It comes with the iDrive Professional, and if you push for more than 3 seconds on the left pedal, then the boost control will actually start preconditioning the drivetrain again. At the first moment, the electric engine is working against the combustion engine, like pre-tensioning the drivetrain, and as soon as you hit the throttle, then the full power goes forward, and it's quite impressive. You can start it between 30 and 150 kilometers per hour.
Okay.
And the slower you start it, obviously, the more impressive the impression is. And it just, giving you an extra boost if needed. I doubt you really need for overtaking extra boost, but it's more like an experience you have at one touch away from the whole drivetrain potential.
Do you know how much extra horsepower and torque does it give you? Or
no, it's no extra horsepower. It's just really like this
sport
kind of
plus mode on
pre-tensioning
steroids.
and then letting go at an instance of a second. That's more the difference than the power output stays the same with the 727 horsepower and 1000 Newton meters of torque.
Gotcha. Okay, perfect. Under driving settings, is there anything else that's specific to the car? So you have okay.
I mean, the driving assistance systems you can change, but therefore we also have got the well-known M mode. So if you go in the M mode to sport, it will reduce the driving assistance system. If you go to track, it will switch off them completely, and it will also change some of the lighting concepts in the interior. And otherwise, in the setup, what you can also do is like pre-configure your M1 and M2 buttons on the steering wheel, and here you can additionally select the transmission if you want to do automatic or the manual one. And
you can only gear shift through the pedals, not through the toggle. Or can you do the toggle as well? Okay.
No,
so
exactly.
Just the pedals.
So, I mean, from a racing driver perspective, you keep your hands on the steering wheel, and then you have the pedals right at your hands.
For sure. Perfect. Well, Daniela, thank you so much. This was extremely informative and quite detailed actually, because I drove the car yesterday and I wasn't sure exactly what each mode does, so it makes a lot more sense. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.